Study Session 4, Residual and Institutional Perspective on Social Welfare Policy. Introduction. In this study session, we will discuss residual and institutional perspectives in social welfare policy and the important concepts of residual and institutional perspectives in social welfare policy. Learning outcomes. When you have studied this study session, you should be able to 1. Discuss residual and institutional perspectives in social welfare. Residual and institutional perspective. We have established how policies and program implementation flow from society's values. Residual and institutional social welfare policy and program development are related to conservative and liberal values respectively. 1. Residual perspective. The residual perspective conceives of social welfare as focusing on problems and gaps with social welfare benefits and services supplied only when people fail to provide adequately for themselves and problems arise. There are some concepts that are important and peculiar to residual perspective. Basic concepts in residual perspective are 1. Social welfare policies and programs should be reactive, solving problems only after they occur. 2. Social welfare policies and programs should respond to problems caused by individual personnel failure. 2. Institutional perspective. The institutional perspective views people's need as a normal part of life in contrast to residual perspective. It is society's ongoing responsibility to support its members and provide needed benefits and services. It is not people's fault that they require such services. Basic concepts inherent in the institutional perspective are social welfare policies and programs should provide ongoing support to all in need. Social welfare policies and programs serve to relieve existing tensions and help solve problems distressing people in their environment. The residual perspective is of the view that problems should be attended to only when they occur. Furthermore, these problems will only be taken up if the affected individuals have failed to solve it themselves. On the other hand, institutional perspective believes that social welfare policies and programs should provide support to all people in need concurrently. That is, the support should be provided as an ongoing process. Social workers must understand these concepts as they affect social welfare policies. One major example of social welfare policies was the Social Security Act of 1935 in USA. This Act of 1935 shaped social welfare policy in 3 major sectors, namely social insurance. Financial benefits were given to the poor. Public assistance. This was in form of housing subsidy, price control, and so on. Health services. This was in form of health insurance. Good enough. Nigeria has recently introduced health insurance scheme to our people. Therefore, social insurance catered for old age, pension scheme, disability, death of breadwinner, unemployment, work-related injury and sickness, public assistance gave financial support to people who could not support themselves. This assistance was based on need. The beneficiaries were the elderly, dependent children in single-parent families, children and adults with disabilities. Example, blind. Health services covered every health-related issue at no cost to anyone but to the insurance company. Therefore, The end product of social planning are the formulation of functional social welfare policies. Study session summary. In this study session, we explained that social planning encompasses social welfare policies which benefit the people. We noted that there are different aspects of social welfare policies that are important to social workers and discussed that two perspectives to social welfare policies include residual and institutional perspectives. End of study session 4. Thank you for listening.